Okay then guys, this is going to be a fun one to be delivering for you. Today we are going to be talking about a clue that was given to us 5 years ago as it relates to XRP's success and adoption globally that may, with the events that took place in South Korea yesterday, now be beginning. So this is going to be a really interesting one. We're going to be diving into the realms of coincidence and into the realms of kind of conspiracy. However, I think this couples very nicely with what we looked at yesterday. And there are certainly some coincidences here. But yesterday we spoke about actually the understanding that this technology has moved far beyond Satoshi's vision. Satoshi's vision, I don't even think is largely being followed by Bitcoin anymore. But this industry in 2008, the white paper came out on Halloween, so the 31st of October, 2008. The first block for Bitcoin, of course, was mined in January. I can't quite remember the date, in January 2009. That's when the Genesis block took place. But since then, this industry, instead of coming out of this libertarian ideal to combat the fiat systems, is actually now being used to enhance them. And some of the likes, we showed that Trojan horse with Bitcoin around its neck and the XRP was inside it. Some of the cryptocurrencies that we talk about on this channel and that we invest in, like XRP, are going to play a big role in rejuvenating the entire financial system. And there has been for years a lot of speculation and kind of conspiracies put together around this idea. And some of them seem to actually largely be coming true. So this is going to be a really interesting one. It's going to be quite a hard one for me to deliver and get as kind of right as possible because there's lots of moving parts to it. But essentially today we're going to be talking. I never thought I'd be making a video on the bearable guy, 123. Somebody that for years has been posting this kind of stuff that essentially hints to what's coming for XRP's future in a cryptic fashion. And actually, interestingly, we'll sort of go from start to finish in just a second. There's a lot of things being circulating on Twitter at the moment that 5 years ago he posted this. And yesterday, South Korea declared martial law. And there's lots of people speculating that essentially this tweet from 5 years ago by the bearable guy 123, and we'll kind of correlate it all together. And we're just reporting on this, by the way, more so than telling you this is the case. There's lots of people speculating that this that was tweeted essentially signaled what happened yesterday with XRP, or sorry, not XRP, South Korea, and that's now the beginning for XRP's true adoption. And there's going to be a South Korea element there. And we're going to be linking this to the fact that we know Korea is ready for Ripple and XRP's adoption. And that there's a lot of coincidences and things going on here. And trading volume since then has absolutely shot through the roof. In fact, this is from Coinbase yesterday. Breaking for the first time ever, XRP's trading volume has exceeded the combined volumes of Ethereum and Bitcoin. That was yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. What also took place yesterday, and you can already see how we're linking things up here, was, of course, martial law was declared by President Yol. He declared martial law, and he declared martial law essentially, from what I can gather, and my South Korean is non-existent, based on fears around communist forces, which was interesting. And actually, before the declaration of martial law in South Korea, yesterday we actually looked at the fact in my daily market update that South Korea retail trading crypto hit $18 billion. And that beat their local stock market in terms of volume. Now, if you think about this, just to throw a thought into the mix here, actually cryptos for a lot of countries can very much be destabilizing because they kind of are going to usurp their stock market. They're going to usurp their financial systems, their social systems, a lot of things. And certainly if you're a smaller country, your entire country could get entirely consumed by the cryptocurrency markets. And I think we very much saw that on South Korea or in South Korea. And then after this announcement, of course, You get the announcement of martial law that has now been lifted. And there's lots going on now in regards to, is he going to resign, isn't he going to resign? Some people in his party have resigned, etc., etc. But why we're making this video is because all over Twitter, I've essentially seen this. Now, 5 years ago, an individual called the bearable guy 123 posted this along with all his other sort of cryptic things. And essentially, he's someone that's, people have said he might be an insider for Ripple, etc., etc. He posted this and said, so it begins. And people have linked this sign here on the back end of what was announced yesterday with this, which is certainly very interesting. And this is a South Korean shelter. And the title to this is, Why Didn't I Realize This Until Now? This is the symbol of Korea's emergency shelter, which of course has been now linked, very timely, to everything that took place in South Korea. So is what the bearable guy 123, and we're not saying this is the case, but this is just something interesting we thought we'd cover, posted 5 years ago in regards to So It Begins, relating to XRP, have anything to do with the events that took place yesterday? And we know there's definitely a crypto element, potentially, or there could be a crypto element in what took place yesterday. This was a tweet from, this is an ex-individual from Wall Street. She's the author of Three Steps to Quantum Wealth, the Wealth Heiress, Guide to Financial Freedom by Investing in Cryptocurrencies. Yesterday, on the back end of all this, South Korea announced that it was going to provide unlimited liquidity to markets if needed. And Linda P. Jones here tweets, South Korea is one of the largest crypto markets and XRP trading markets. Interestingly, and she didn't actually post the bearable balls thing, the bearable guy, they're two different people, which is rather confusing. The bearable guy 123's thing here, but it is interesting, isn't it? She goes, interestingly, that they are talking about printing unlimited sums of money on the day before New York approves real USD. Your thoughts? And of course, today, it is the 4th today, I believe, is the day that real USD goes live. And actually, on the back end of all of this, and remember the images, So It Begins, we're seeing XRP's trading volume go through the roof. This is from Brad Garlinghouse. He retweeted this. The man himself, CEO of Ripple. He's an amazing CEO. Anyone that's not listened to his, can't remember who it was with, podcast that he did, it's well worth it, because you want this guy as a CEO of a company. It just so happens that he's a CEO of Ripple. XRP trading is on fire. We've seen 10x growth in volume at Falcon X between the first and second half of Q4. This isn't just retail, institutions are driving the momentum. And then we've got yesterday on the 23rd, the 3rd of December, which was yesterday, breaking for the first time ever, XRP's trading volume has exceeded the combined volume of Ethereum and Bitcoin put together. Something's going on. Is this the So It Begins that the bearable guy tweeted back in 2000? A sign for people to look out for that would signify the beginning? I have no idea, and we're not here to speculate on that. What we're here to really do is report on the whole matter, because there's a lot of interesting dots that you can kind of connect here, and it's certainly something that I have found rather entertaining looking into, and something that we wanted to do a video on. And there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that XRP is part of a far larger global plan to overhaul the financial systems. And actually, in regards to Korea specifically, shout out to Smoke once again. Korea and XRP, the financial industries in Korea, is collectively positioned and ready to use XRP specifically for digital assets. You can see this is essentially what we're looking at. And then, was there a second part to this tweet? It's talking about, what is this? This is another individual, DGen News, talking about all the sort of the floodgates that are pouring in regards to Korea. So we're seeing record volumes in regards to the Korean won. And just to go back to this, just to add something else to this entire equation, the South Korean won, in my opinion, is about to collapse against the US dollar. Big time. Now, what does that mean for what South Koreans use as a currency? And does that have everything to do with all the volume that we're seeing right now? And let's not bring up bearable sort of guy 123 and what he tweeted and the coincidental nature of that, and him signifying that likely something with South Korea really is going to be the beginning of something insane. This is the dollar against the South Korean won. It looks just like the pattern that XRP is in. And actually, I am predicting, and revisit this video, potentially a 93% gain for the US dollar against the South Korean won. Something is going on with South Korea, and we can gauge that from a number of things. We can gauge that from all the volume that we're seeing as it relates to crypto specifically. And we can gauge that from the kind of things that we're seeing technically in regards to the South Korean won and how it's about to lose a hell of a lot of its value. I mean, invert this chart. Look how awful it looks. So going down is the dollar going up and the Korean won going down. This is about to puke big time. Guys, I think I'm going to leave that there. I really do. Because this is interesting. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section on all of this. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm clutching at straws here, or do you think there's something more to it? On that note, I'm going to love and leave you. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you all in the next one.